All right, this lesson is on linking verbs, and we're just going to focus on the linking verbs that come from the verb be today. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to define the term linking verb, explain what be verbs are, and choose the correct form of the be verb to complete a sentence. You will also be able to identify when be verbs are being used as linking verbs. So your cue words are linking verb, be verbs, and you need to know what they are, how to conjugate them, and whether they're linking or not. So linking verbs are verbs that connect the subject of the sentence, that who or what the sentence is all about, with a word that either identifies it, such as a noun, or describes it, like an adjective. Linking verbs do not name an action, and this is why they're hard to figure out, because they're just connecting a descriptor or identifier back to who or what the sentence is all about. For example, I am the teacher. In this sentence, you do not have an action word, but you do have am, which almost acts like an equal sign. I equal the teacher. Linking verbs are that equal sign. They connect your subject, I, to the descriptor in the predicate, the teacher. Be verbs are forms of the verb be, and we see this verb everywhere. It's an extremely common verb. It's an irregular verb, so all of the forms of the verb do not use the word be, and that makes it hard to identify as well, which makes linking verbs more complicated because it's the most common linking verb in the English language. It's also one of the most common helping verbs in the English language because we like to make things simple. So, the be verbs are be, am, is, are, was, and were, and being and being. These are all forms of the same verb. To put them in context for you, if we were going to look at them as a regular verb, we have a few different tenses and forms that we're used to seeing. We know that verbs come in singular and plural, and that verbs come in present and past. What you may not know is that they begin in the infinitive, and the infinitive is just that base form, be or to be. So there's your infinitive. When you move into the present tense, you have singular am, is, and being. You would only use this with a single person or single item subject. Plural includes are and being. You would use these with more than one. If we slip into past tense, was and been are singular, and in the plural, were and been are more than one. Some forms of be are only seen with helping verbs. They may still be the main verb, but they always come with a helping verb, such as being and being. You will not see these two on their own ever. They will always have a helping verb with them. The only thing to do with be verbs is memorize what they are, because like I said, most of them do not have the word be in them. So am, is, are, was, and were. You need to remember that those words are be verbs. Let's try and choose the correct be verbs for this sentence. I've got a word bank on the side to help you remember your be verbs for right now, and you're going to fill in the blank with the right verb for the number in our subject and the tense that we are working with. The servers were happy. We needed a past tense verb, were, and it needed to talk about more than one, servers. They are early again. This is a present tense sentence, and it's still plural, so we needed are. Dickens was a writer from Britain. Single subject, one person, so was because it's past tense. I want you to try 4 and 5 on your own. If you need to, look back a little bit for that chart that tells you which ones are present and past and singular and plural, and go from there. Now, how do we tell if be is behaving as a linking verb? Very simply, if you can replace be with an equal sign and the sentence still makes complete sense, then you have a linking verb. For example, Joshua was an army soldier. Joshua equals an army soldier. In this case, was is a linking verb. Another example, Madison will be tired after her race. Be is not on its own this time. It has a helping verb beforehand, but Madison will equal tired after her race. This works. So again, be is a linking verb. Almost all of the time, if the be verb is all on its own and it doesn't have a helping verb or the infinitive with the word to in front of it, then it is most likely a linking verb. You give it the equal sign test to find out. So, we've got a bunch of be verbs identified in here. Some of them are by themselves and some of them are with helping verbs in a verb phrase. And we're going to try and figure out which ones are linking and which ones are not. The winners of first place were Heather and I. The winners of first place equal Heather and I. This one is linking. The winners were helping others to finish their project. The winners equal helping others to finish their projects. Not so much. This one's not a linking verb. We are extremely tired after our workout. We equal extremely tired. Yep, it's linking. We are trying to plan our next visit to the aquarium. We equal trying to plan our next visit to the aquarium. No, not so much, because that trying in there depends on the be verb, so this is not a linking verb. My parents might have been angry that I didn't do well on the test, but I didn't ask. My parents might have equal angry. Yep, that might have worked. So this one is linking. Try this last one on your own. And remember that linking verbs tell you what the subject of a sentence is or what the subject of a sentence is like. Be is the most common linking verb in English in all of its form, whether that's being, being, or being, am, is, are, was, and were. And if you can replace these words with an equal sign and the sentence makes sense because of it, this part is this part, then you have a linking verb.